continuing the series, in this video, I'm going to talk about the Pisces male, and specifically a single Pisces male and what kind of woman he's looking for. Not necessarily the turn-ons, because I will get into that. I did post something before it was a photo that I made, an image with like a list, but I will be getting into that. So first of all, my name's Lucy. I'm a love astrologer, love tarotist, a psychic medium, and I focus on romance and love life, okay? So everything that I do, most of the content that I put out is addressing astrology or tarot readings or you know, my psychic medium work, focused on love life and romance and helping women find love. About the Pisces male, I did a video that was focused on the decan. So categorizing them by decan, like for example, the Pisces level 1, 2, 3, and the 2 cusps. So in this one, it's particularly what he is looking for, what he's romantically drawn to. That's different than, you know, what he finds sexy and stuff. You can break that down. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a lot of the times, because when they're married, it's a different video. Cough attack. When they're married, it's a different video. It's a different set of a side to him that comes out when he's, you know, looking for love, what he's drawn to romantically. So this would be the single Pisces. First of all, there's going to be 2 categories of women that he's drawn to and what he's looking for. And also there's two groups of ways that a Pisces male kind of like turns out as he's growing up. One of them is he leaves home really early and he's very independent. The other one is when he stays at home with his parents and he stays to live there for a long time, and he calls the shots. He's very comfortable in his home environment, and they're very comfortable with him, and a lot of times he'll do what he wants to. He's like bachelor heaven paradise, because he will show up, maybe he'll be gone 3-4 days, nobody will question anything, you know, and that's how he is, that's how he rolls. So there's those 2 types of Pisces, right? The one that leaves and is very, very independent, and they leave very early, and the other kind. So based on that, both types of kind of ways that he, you know, his upbringing turns out, his family life carves his single life, social life as he's growing up, right? So based on that, let's focus now on what he's drawn to. There's 2 types of categories that primarily kind of like, you know, carve out what a Pisces male is looking for. The first one is he's drawn to older women. Not necessarily an age thing. You really can't be hung up on an age thing, but just as a concept. What he subconsciously is probably somewhat aware of that he doesn't want is a clingy female. So a lot of times the younger, again, you can't really do the age thing, but just to give you an idea, the younger, more vulnerable, more soft, more falling in love, romantic, you know, his and hers, clingy, that makes him cringe. He loves the older, sophisticated, doesn't have to be sophisticated. In fact, Pisces males' taste in women are very, very unique. But you would think, right, that he would go through something classic and romantic. No, not a Pisces male. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to what I was focusing on. And that is where he is drawn to the older woman who more or less would be sophisticated. But the reason why is because an older woman is put together. She's confident. She has her own life. She can be lovey-dovey with him, kind of like mistress, I guess, you know, in a way, if you really think about it. And then she just goes off into her own world and doesn't bother him. And he loves that, kind of like the way he is at home. That's why I mentioned the home life being important, an important starting point with all of this, the psychology of it, because he's at home. Nothing's questioned. He's a big guy already, and he's an adult, does what he wants, goes in, goes out. Nobody questions what he's doing with his life, right? Who he's seeing and what he's up to. Nobody does. So the same thing with the love life. He commits, and he just loves that she does her own thing. So this image in his mind, the older female, this is what he really likes and he's drawn to. Now let's go to the other category. The other category of Pisces, not that I'm dividing Pisces into groups, not really. I did a video where they are divided by decan. That's really how you divide the Pisces male. That's really how you divide every zodiac sign, is by the decan. Even though there's ones where you can just do it by the day, but decan is the proper way of dividing what type of sign you are. It's not by month, where you say, oh, is it, this month and this month type of sign. It's not really how you do it. You do it by the decan. So I'm dividing them there. But in this video, I have to make that, point, because it's important based on what shaped their dating life as they were growing up when they got older and they could make their own decisions. They're either up and out or they stay in and make their own rules. Now, hence the right? They are drawn to women that are rough around the edges. That doesn't explain what I'm saying to you. If someone in your family says to your Pisces family member, oh my God, what do you see in her? Or like, let's say you have loved ones and friends and they're like, no, go for this one. Oh my God, she's got all her, ducks in a row, and she's such a nice girl, and she studied, and oh my God. And then he'll want the one that's like, I don't want to say certain words to not offend or make the wrong impression, but rough around the edges. The Pisces male is looking for a project in a woman. So he either goes for this alpha woman who's got all her ducks in a row, and she seems like this mysterious, he in his mind, he's just like, ooh, the allure of this female. She's just got this life, that she has. And she's so put together, and she's older, and she knows things, and oh my God. It kind of reminds me of, what was that American Pie, the blonde, the mom of the guy, and now she was, I don't even know her name. I think you know what I'm talking about. The one that Ariana Grande imitated, like the 4th of July, whatever, her name. She's so funny, and she's so pretty, but she's older. Sickler's mom, I think it was. I don't know. Whatever. So that character is totally Pisces. Oh my God, she's older and mysterious. Okay, he loves that. The other one is where she's the catastrophe of the group, and he'll be into her. Yeah, everybody will be like, what? Like, what do you see in her? Oh my God, are you serious? And Pisces will be like, yeah, that's my project. And he'll romanticize, and everybody's going, oh, why? Why are you choosing that direction? What's wrong with you? And the more he'll like it. It's just, ooh, yeah, it's edgy. And it's like, okay, right, you really thought this through, honey. So they do that. They're just, it's just very, very Pisces male to just go after the one that's the most difficult and most complicated one. Yes, they are. Another thing that they do is when they are romancing, this is a tough one. When she plays hard to get and she's not interested, he will completely be Romeo. Completely. But when she's showing interest and he already knows that she really likes it, this is why hard to get with Pisces males works so good. Reverse psychology works so good on them. But when he knows she's interested, just a little tiny hint that he can tell, game over. Now he's going to play his games. And he's going to kind of make her feel like, yeah, you don't impress me. Yeah, try harder. But not saying it like that. It's just, he will be delighted by the fact that she has to work so hard to want to be with him, because he doesn't like when he has to work so hard to be with someone. Now, why is this for the Pisces sun? This is the person that has Pisces as a male that has Pisces in their sun sign, romancing a female of the zodiac. This is what I'm talking about. Why is rising a little bit different? Rising is going to, when I go over Pisces rising males, a lot of what I'm saying absolutely applies. It's just that with the rising, there's going to be a couple of exceptions, and I will get into that. But mostly they share it with the sun. So you could kind of put them together like a sandwich if you have Pisces sun or rising. But again, there's just like going to be a couple of things with the rising, the sun. It's a little bit different, and I will clarify that. Now, Pisces moon is totally different monster, totally different creature, and I will go over males that have a Pisces moon. And also other combinations, because maybe they'll share, you know, Pisces sun, Pisces moon, you know, and maybe all three. I'll talk about triplicity. Can't even speak right now, but I'll go over all kinds of combinations. Now, another thing is he looks for, one of the traits that really, really attracts him right away is mystery. He loves mystery, and he loves to figure things out. And it's, like I said, it's when the female doesn't seem interested that makes him go nuts, and his desire goes through the roof. The moment a female shows amazing interest in a Pisces male, he might toy with her, and he might just completely check out and not be interested. Isn't that odd? So anyway, I just wanted to put this quick video out there. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Pisces. Look for them in the playlist, Pisces male. And I'm going to have a different one called Love Astrology, because all my stuff is sorted under astrology, and it's about time I organize that. All right, guys, if you have any questions, put it below, and I will be doing more on what he's attracted to, a lot of things that make up his prototype, and all of those things. All right, guys, bye.